quite bitty, aren't we? That is not so good.
I'm just trying to work out where to put this.
Yeah,
It's a bit laggy, isn't it?
it is. It is.
So maybe we just flip onto your Wi-Fi. What's the crack on the you guys get going on?
That is quite laggy. Laggy is one way of describing it. Unwatchable is possibly another way of describing it. Yeah, that is quite bad. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear me, before we start, let me apologise in advance. We are having some issues with the Wi-Fi here tonight. As you can see, the stream's not very clever right now, so we're going to change it over and go to my own Wi-Fi and see if that's any better, because what we're using at the moment just isn't. So we'll go back on the side for a moment and we'll be right back with you. Give us 2 or 3 minutes. We'll be right there. And we think we are back. We believe we are back. Okay, so we've had a little change around with the Wi-Fi. I don't think it's actually much better now than it was before. I'm watching all this going on and there's just very little happening. Often I'll stream off my phone in different venues and everything's okay. But today it's just not happening. I can see everything just as laggy as ever. Oh, that's it. We have a stream. It's come back. It's gone again. Similar to our last year, Have a look at the settings on this. Auto 360. So yeah, we are trying to work our way through these issues, but it's given us a little bit of grief this evening.
It's saying an excellent stream. It's good quality.
Is it? Okay, so you get a good stream, are you?
It's saying excellent on the YouTube studio.
Okay, because mine's buffering, but that's my phone. So in that case, I'll turn mine off.
Yeah.
If you'll get a good stream.
Wi-Fi or you're overdoing Wi-Fi, just use this one.
Yeah.
Just maybe come off
Yeah,
your Wi-Fi.
everything's off.
Come off your Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Yeah. Right, so I'm told we have a good stream. In that case, I'm not going to mess it up by trying to watch internet on my phone. Okay, so it seems we are back after all. So good evening, live from the Northern Snooker Club. Right, tonight I am your host. My name is Tony, and we are going to be commentating on the finals for the American Pool League. We have 3 finals going on tonight. In fact, if I have a look through my little book of lies, I'm going to bring them all up and tell you what's what. It will be here somewhere. So we got Hussain and Mr. Smith. I can't remember Mr. Smith's first name. It might be Jack. It might not. It might be something else. They contesting on Table 9, they're contesting the Champions League final. We have also Adam Snee and Luke Blackburn. In fact, let's bring them up on here so you can see them. So yeah, Adam Snee and Luke Blackburn.
Should we let them start yet?
If you want. Yep.
I'm even more excited now. At least we got some. At least one of us knows what.
So they're contesting the Europa final, and then on the other table it's Calvin Hussain and Rich Spry. They're contesting the conference final over on, I think, table 7. But we'll try and keep updated with the scores anyway through the course of the evening. What I want to find somewhere up here was the Jumbotron is
Tony's the man. Jeez, could have been there.
yeah.
We just spent 3 hours getting this equipment on.
Guys, can I just ask, no drinks on the table please? Just in case. Mine's an exception because it's my equipment. Sorry chaps. There's the Jumbotron from before, right. So this is going to update as we go through the course of the evening and you'll see we've got the tables up. With who is doing what. So we'll keep flashing that up periodically to let everybody know where we are. In the meantime, going back to the stream.
Right. Have we got any other microphones?
We have got microphones. This is the Holyland something black. It's magnetic. One in, one out, and it flips to itself.
Sweet. Thank you. I get that in your milk.
Do you want to be mic'd up as well? Yep. Have one of them. We'll turn you on as well, if you see what I mean.
Are we live?
You are indeed
Oh,
live.
I'm excited.
We're all live. So are you my commentator, guys?
I am.
Excellent. I'm Tony.
Hi Tony, I'm Tim. We're
Tim.
streaming live.
Hi Tony, I'm Saurav.
Sarah,
Yeah.
of course we've met before.
We have.
When you kicked my backside over at Riley's. Grab a seat. That doesn't actually need a rest. It's just. I only found the one chair, so I grabbed it for myself.
Oh, I'm so high. I'm so
So
high.
a terrible threesome. We got so.
Hello everyone,
As I said
and
before, I'm
welcome
Tony.
to the
I'm joined
biggest
by
night.
Tim.
The biggest night
Not
at
Tim the
Northern
writer,
Snooker.
I have to say, but
It's
Big Tim and Swerev is going to help us out with the commentary this evening. And they're going to give us the lowdown and their own insights on this thrilling final between Mr. Smith and Mr. Hussain.
Tim very much sitting third man here.
Hello everyone and welcome to Northern Snooker, the biggest night of the year. It is finals night. I know you've all been waiting patiently for this. My co-commentator Saurav, this is the first time you've not been in the final. Why are you here?
Well, I am here to try and provide some technical commentary to accompany your barracking of the players. I hope I will be able to provide the assistance. Interesting game today. An English pool player against a snooker player on an American pool table. So it's going to come down to who can hold their nerves the best tonight, and may the best man win.
I think if we go through the scores so far, the tournament director has taken away the scores.
There you go. Scores are back.
Oh, sweet. Thank you.
I think it's 1-1.
1-1, is it?
Yeah.
That's good. That's supposed to.
So in the conference, we've got Richard Spry versus Calvin. Richard Spry started the first set with an absolute flyer and cleared up all the balls in one visit. Unfortunately for Richard, he did not finish the job and he did lose the first set after that. So it's all gone downhill since then. However, that is looking a very competitive game. But the main game has just begun. And that's Dan versus Saurav, who is the favourite going into this game.
So I think skill-wise, it's got to be Dan for me, because I think he's the most natural player in the game. So if you observe his game, he just gets down and plays the shot. He doesn't need to check the potting angle.
So not like Luke Blackburn?
Not like Luke Blackburn, not like me either. But yeah, he just gets down, plays the shot, and gets on with it. He's a very natural potter of the ball, and if he's anywhere close to his best game tonight, it should be a comfortable win for him. But let's not take anything away from Saf, because Saf is a very good snooker player. He has quite a few century breaks to his name. So he is a very good potter, cueist and positional player. It's just a question of whether he can hold his nerves tonight.
Well, it's just won the first frame.
It's actually the third frame, so I believe it is 2-1 to Saf in the final.
So a great start for him. But Dan's come into this as big favourite, and I would say in the last final you were the big favourite. How did you? And you went on and won. How did you deal with your own nerves and going into that game as favourite?
Well, if you'd like me to be honest, I necked the pint before I got here, and then I had a pint as the game was starting,
smashed.
And then I had another 2. So I was on 4 pints during the final, and that's all I needed really.
Well, I see Luke Blackburn turned up. So this is the game we haven't spoken about so far, and I think everyone's versus Luke versus Adam. I think you had Adam as favourite for this game. If we can just, what is the score on that one?
Why are you being so slow?
Oh, there we go.
That's weird.
Can't see their score on there, can you?
I will ask. What score is it?
5-0.
Oh dear.
We've won the first 5 frames.
Right. Keep at it. Keep at it. Well, Lucas got off to an absolute flyer. He's 1 set up and he's 2-0 up in the second set.
Well played, Luke. I can't say I saw that coming, but yeah, I did glance at his table every now and then, and he has been potting balls really well tonight.
I would have Luke down as one of the most improved players in this league ever since he's sped up. You think I'm taking the mickey, but his game has definitely improved since he's taken less time over his shots. However, he's taken an age over this one now that I've said that. So.
Yes, Luke is definitely one of the most improved players in the league, but I think the most improved player, without a shadow of a doubt, has been Jack Sutcliffe.
Yeah.
He's his cue ball control's come a long way, his potting's come a long way, and he will be a threat for anyone next season.
He has played in every single tournament at Northern Snooker for the last 6 months.
Yes.
Like, he's been absolutely relentless.
It's a bit of an unhealthy obsession, but I mean, at least he's improving. So.
Yeah, so at least he's getting a return on his investment. So that's the final game. That's Jack versus Anatoly, and that's probably the one where it really is very difficult to decide to pick a winner out of those two very established players. Are we able to get scores up on? Oh, perfect. Oh, there we go. Are they still in the? They can't still be in the first
No,
frame.
the score's not been updated.
Okay, I'm going to go and find out that. I'm literally physically going to go and find out the. I will go and find out the score.
So we are struggling to keep an update on the score, something that's current. We'll probably get an update this time tomorrow.
Hello, Jack. Sorry for the unprofessional nature of this. What score is it?
I won the first set.
So you're going to build a fire.
Oh, well done.
Hit it with a blanket. Give it a signal.
Okay,
Scores that
excellent.
way.
Thank you for that. I don't know why it's not. Can you put your scores on?
Again, I think we're going to be doing that a lot with Tim. Good job he's got long legs.
Okay, we need to discuss that. In commentary, that Anatoly's got his own YouTube.
Bit
How
of a
do I not
tactical
know that?
exchange
This is
on the main table
unbelievable.
here between Dan and Saf. We're probably not going to see much of that tonight, as they're both very attacking players by nature, and I don't see this game taking very long. It's going to be a matter of 2 hours or just slightly more for the 7 sets.
Did you know that Anatoly's got his own YouTube channel?
Yes.
Oh, you did know that? Am I the only person who didn't know that? I mean, how have I gone this long? Jack won the first set 3-0. And Anatoly is 1-0 up. I'm not sure who's just won that frame. But anyway, if apparently you can, it's been streamed to 12 people on Anatoly's live stream.
Dan's been hooked behind the 6 over here. This looks like quite a crucial ball to get on, so it is imperative that he not only makes contact with the 5, but he also gets it safe.
I don't know. It's not you, is it?
Playing into traffic, so if you did make contact.
One thing
And
I've
he
learned
has
about
fouled.
Dan.
Oh, Saf's going for the 5-9.
Oh, it's a massive shot.
I mean, not many balls left, could easily run the rack, I would think. But he's man to the table.
Fantastic.
Well done, Saf.
doubt.
And that's the first set.
We need
Saf,
to
I
get
believe.
these.
So are we on the second set already? Did I just...
Yes, we are.
We missed the entire set. Okay.
I know that Jack won the first set. Luke had.
Was it Luke 3-0?
3-0, and then he's 2-0 up in the second set. I don't know who won that last frame. Have a good one. You take care. I'll see you next season. How you doing?
Yeah, not bad, mate.
Good.
It's an expert opinion.
Saf to break off in
That's
the
my
second
Sarah.
set. We are now on to 8
I haven't
ball.
got any of that either. Don't get me started on the Ashes.
Does anybody else see the irony in England packing the team out with spinners only to get spun out themselves?
You can, if you wish, have a wander around us, but the rest of the people all over the place. Don't look cover the entire building, so if you want to get closer, you get something. Well, what I would caution you with is do not do a frank dribbing.
First blood to Saf then.
If you've ever seen these,
Yeah, but it's nice.
what's it called? Naked gun. Have you ever
Looks
seen that film?
confident.
Naked gun.
Dan's coming his
I
favourite.
can't say I have. No.
So Bumbling before
But Dan hasn't had 3 pints like Sarab did this year, so that might
Then he
be.
goes to the loo, not realising the microphone is still live. Don't do one of them. Is all I'm saying. It's as comedy goes, as American comedy goes, it's quite funny. So we do like Leslie Nielsen.
Saf's been off to a good start in this frame. He does have a problem ball. That's the blue
TD.
ball, the blue 10.
Did you put?
by
Have you
the
put a
top
link
corner
up? Have I
pocket.
missed it? Because I was going
I
to share
can see
it.
him being able to take this out
okay.
using the 14, but for now it's Dan Smith back at the
I'll
table.
get out of the way then. I've got at least one person who wants to watch and listen.
You actually commentate, Sigma, is it?
Yeah, it's actually here. So everything that you've just said to me, like.
Slagging off England.
Slagging off
quite
England.
well.
So let's hope that Brendan McCullum's not listening because you've just literally just given him an earful. Richard Spry, you've arrived. Maybe you could give us your own opinion on your own game so far. How have you been?
Well,
how have you been playing?
I think I'm the only player in history to peak after one frame. So,
It was a great clearance, Ricardo. It was. I watched it all. I gave you a standing ovation.
Well, I know.
I hope it was noticed that nobody else up here even clapped.
Well, it's maybe because it was expected.
But
I don't know,
like,
just-
I know your quality.
I'll enjoy it.
What score is it? What score is it now?
I got on the first set into 2-0.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's not much in it, but you just think that most people really
Well, you stick at it. Oh, Saf has just played an unbelievable shot, long pop down. He's won the first 5 frames against Adam. Saurav had Adam as big favourite. Said Luke had no chance. So that is literally what he said before. He said
Those
it's
were
going to be.
definitely
He said,
not the
he said
words
it's
I've
gonna-
used,
He said it's going to be a
but,
really quick
thank you for
game.
that, Tim.
It's going to be. But you can't back away from these things that you say, like, and then say, "Oh, I never said it." Right? But the interesting thing about this final here is neither of these players have both of them have got to semi-finals and finals, but neither of them have ever won in a final. So whoever wins this game will be a champion in their own right for the first time in their career. And another one will have another loss to their name in a big game. So anyway, we'll see who that's going to be. I sort of feel after a start like this, we'll find out a lot about Dan in this scenario. He's gone down early. Will definitely be feeling a little bit of pressure.
He most certainly will.
And how will he react? I mean, it's still very early.
Yes, just a reminder that unlike last year where the final was best of 5 set, this final is actually a best of 7 set, so it's a race to 4 sets.
It's like a bloody test match. We'll be here for 5 days. Dan's got an interesting cue action in that he's clearly, let me get this right, he's left eye dominated. He's left eye dominant. So he lines up his cue, he's right-handed, but he lines up his cue on his left eye.
Dan Smith's got a clear chance to win the first frame, but he's messed up that positional shot a little bit. Either he's overrun position on the red to the middle, so now he's going to need a bit of a recovery shot to regain optimal position.
what I'm going to do, when I swap that mic for this mic, I'm going to mic up the table. Easier for the table. You take that one. So you and Tim are on. That's neither there. And the table's going to be on this one, and you can adjust the sound simply by dragging that. Or mute it simply by clicking on that.
Okay. Thank you for that, Tony.
It's not going to go beyond here.
Important safety shot coming up here for Saf. Oh no, he's actually hooked on the 10 ball, so he's going to attempt to come off the top cushion and pot the 10 ball. He's made contact with the 10 ball and he's actually got it safe. Dan's got a glimmer of hope of potting this orange into the top pocket, but it is a very risky shot.
Are you taking this on?
Excuse me.
Depends how many pints I've had. But no, if I was sober, no, I would be. I would be trying to glue the cue ball to the right hand side.
On a serious point, because there's a history of snooker, pool, darts, of actually very, very talented players actually having alcohol to calm, I assume, to calm nerves, to improve performance.
So,
How, do you find that it is helpful, and in what way does it remove inhibitions? Does it make you play any different? Are you more aggressive, less aggressive, or are you just calmer at the table after having no drink?
it's a mixture of everything really. Yes, alcohol does calm your nerves a little bit, makes you speed up your play a little bit, and it also gives you that little edge of confidence to take on pots that might normally intimidate you.
Yeah.
So in the snooker world, there are still players who just neck a pint before a match and get on the table and play. And back in the day, you could actually take a drink with you to your match and smoke a cigarette while having a drink.
I am so glad that those days are over.
Those days are over, but yes, there is still a handful of players who have a drink before the match.
So I didn't realise Saf was a snooker player.
Yes.
Now, I'm really impressed that Saf is donning his own personalised pool top today.
Yes, so I ran into Saf 2 weeks ago at Northern Snooker, and in time for the semi-finals, he had gotten what he told me was a £50 cue of Temu and also a personalised jersey of Temu.
Oh, this is amazing. That is the level. We love that. The power of your own top. Ball in hand. That is a killer at this level.
So yes, he's got ball in hand, but I wouldn't say this is the easiest of chances just yet. Just plainly down to the fact that the 4 ball is blocked by the 8 into the most comfortable pocket you can put it into, but it does still go into the right middle. So as long as he gets position on the 4, he can make the clearance.
So this is the key shot.
So the angle he's left himself on the 3 means he's no longer going to play the 4 into the right middle. He's actually going to play it in the top corner. He's overrun position a little bit, so now he can't avoid the cannon on the black when he plays the 4. So he's going to have to cannon the black and make sure that he puts it into a portable position for the
So will he play this with a bit of screw? Will he be able to screw off the 4 ball onto the black, and will it still come back?
So he has 2 options. He could screw this, or he could play it with topspin. I think the shot with topspin would be a little bit more risky, as the black will be heading towards the 10 ball. But if he were to screw the 4 ball and just grace off the 8, there is a good chance he could land on it to the left corner pocket.
He looks very focused, Dan. I really appreciate that. He looks absolutely dialed in. That sounded awful. That had to be a miss hit.
That did sound like a miscue to me. But yes, that's
I recognise that sound. You probably don't recognise that, but I recognise that most shots. Anyway, I think that was a miss hit.
It most certainly was a miscue. So here's Saf with their chance to put this frame away. And here's the interesting fact about these two players. If you notice both of them play, neither of them walk around the table to check the potting angle on the next shot. They just get down and play the shot based on intuition. And honestly, that's how the game is meant to be played. You need to be playing using your intuition rather than getting too technical. So both players obviously have very solid foundations. And yes, that makes for a very interesting final.
Is there anyone that you're surprised to be playing in tonight's finals? And is there anyone that you're surprised is not here? Anyone that you would think you would have expected to be involved in this finals evening? Other than yourself?
No. So if I'm being honest, I actually expected Anatoly to be in the final rather than Saf. No disrespect to Saf whatsoever, he's a fantastic player, but obviously he's a snooker player, whereas Anat ended up getting the better of him. So I was expecting a Dan versus Anatoly final, but Dan versus Saf is just as good.
Would Anatoly strikes me as quite a technically minded pool player.
Yes.
Do you think, bearing in mind what you just said, do you think he would be better suited to trying to be a little more
Intuitive?
Intuitive, yeah. Would that benefit him, or is that?
So, in my honest opinion, that would benefit every single player who plays the game. There's no player who.
All right, Sarah, I'm not going to line up another pot. All right, just get off my case.
There's no player who wouldn't benefit from speeding up their game a little bit and just getting on with it, because the more time you take on a shot, the more time you give yourself to overthink, and then you take your natural rhythm out of the game and make it too technical. So yes, we did see Anatoly tinkering with his through action quite a bit through the season, but if you notice today, he's actually been a lot more natural.
I can't remember which one is it? Shall we just...
So Saf's leading 1-0 at 8 ball, and he won the first 9 ball set. So Dan needs to come up with something, and he needs to come up with something really soon, because otherwise Saf could run away with this game before you know it.
It still looks. I mean, I love watching. What score is it?
Is our game not on?
It's not. No.
Is it not?
It's not.
All right. No, it's fine.
What? 2 sets on. Have you lost a frame yet? 3. So Luke is with us now. He doesn't want to talk to us because he's no. You keep going. Luke's having an absolute storm. He's won 6 frames out of 7, and I don't think anyone has seen that. That is a fantastic start, but I would say on that I feel as if that game in particular could get edgy. I think it doesn't matter if somebody takes an early lead. I don't think at any stage either of those players are going to feel confident closing that game out because they haven't got a track record of actually being able to. I don't mean that in an unpleasant way, but they haven't got a track record of being able to do it. And until you get over that line the first time, then it's always just a little nagging doubt in your thing. You're fortunate you've won a major final. Like you don't have that. You don't have that bugbear. You know you can do it. Like. But I think it is a massive advantage.
That is a very fair point, Tim. And yes, you're right. If Adam were to win the next set, then the game would get very edgy. Luke would be under pressure, and then we could see a whole different story on that table.
And it's that horrible thing, isn't it? Oh, I couldn't lose it from here. I was, one six out the first 7 frames. Surely I couldn't lose it from here. But those things are very human. You need to be able to cope with it. Back onto the main game, what I really like about Dan, his mannerisms, he may well be down, but his mannerisms and his body language have not changed. I think this is a guy that actually still back before, he may well have been down and get back into the game. He's not beating himself up.
That's right. Very good shot by Dan with a lot of English on the cue ball. And now
for our viewers at home who may not be au fait with that, and also for your co-commentator, could you explain what English is, please?
So in snooker and English pool, we use the term side spin.
Yeah.
And so if you're playing with spin that goes in the direction of the shot, that's called running side. And if you're playing with side that goes against the line of the shot, that's called inside English or check side. So yeah, inside English is check side and outside English is running side.
Lovely. I'm just making a few notes on that just so that I can be a better pool player and a better commentator.
I learned a new one today. The one is the long piece of wood in the hand. Apparently, that's called a cue. And these holes
It's all very well knowing what a cue is, but the thing we really need is a cue action, like a consistent one.
That's next week. These things to the corners, the side, apparently they're called pockets.
Excellent.
You're supposed to put the balls into the pockets.
Excellent.
Now I know that. I might be more of a threat next year.
Yeah. Look out.
Good job by Dan finishing that frame off, and it's 1-1 in frames in the second set.
Well, just for viewing, this is a fantastic start. It's against what was probably predicted, but both look really dialed in. Body language is fantastic. Just getting on with it. Perhaps we can have a so Dan, I think you told me earlier that Dan was a county pool player. Is that correct?
Yes, so I believe last year Dan was in the county A team for West Yorkshire.
Fantastic.
So yes, he competes against the other counties and he has a wealth of experience in a competitive pool environment.
So I'd like to ask the question of Saf is donning a glove. Dan, who's obviously both very accomplished players, Dan is not. Perhaps you could go through the pros and cons of what does a glove give you, and if it is an advantage to have a glove, why aren't all players doing it?
So it's honestly just a matter of personal preference, but yes, a glove does offer you a lot of advantages. The two main ones are that, one, in humid conditions, the cue tends to stick to your cueing hand. It doesn't glide through smoothly, and so then the glove makes it move a lot smoother through your cueing hand. But the second is, if you're playing in practice and you're playing in a match, when you're under pressure, your hands tend to sweat a lot, and so if you're playing in practice without a glove, the cue is going through your hand smoothly, but then when you play a match, your hand is sweating, and then the cue is no longer moving through your hand slowly. So what a glove does, it allows the conditions to be consistent across practice and matches.
Fantastic. I always thought a glove would reduce the resistance, and I just assumed it gave you access to perhaps improved cue power. But that is fantastic knowledge, Sarah. I feel like I'm learning every second that I'm commentating with you. Do you know anywhere we can buy a glove?
Q and K. Look no further.
Just to let you know, your commentators are both official sponsors of this. Thing. So if you need any cues or any gloves, Q and Case. And Jack in the Farth, if you do need a shed, just go. We've got a shed sponsor as well.
And if you're looking for some great coffee and leaves, there's coffee on the crescent for you, sir. It's all there for you.
It's all there. What else would you want? Absolutely shameless. There's a reason we wanted to be on the commentary. How many times can we get our own companies into the commentary?
Dan Smith has navigated his way through this clearance really, really well. On the black, and to no surprise, it's a clean pot, didn't touch the sides. And now he's 2-1 up in frames in the second set. So yeah, looks like this match could be turning here.
He's showing some class, isn't he? Just again, mannerisms haven't changed. He's had a difficult start. It's not affected him, and now he's showing some class, and he's asking questions now of Saf, who's going to know he's really in the game here, and he's not going to be able to finish his game quickly. Oh, amazing! And any viewers who want to watch the Luke Adam game, there is a dedicated stream which is just going up now. If you're in our WhatsApp group, we will put a link on there. Or perhaps if you want to like or comment on YouTube or whatever of our things, then we'll put a link in there as well for you, or at least the tournament director will. I need access to the scores at all time. It's that one.
Control Z.
That one there.
A good break off by Dan Smith in the fourth frame of the set. Balls have split well, but there are a couple of clusters that need to be cleared before we can think of him clearing the table.
Yeah. Press it once. It'll take a few seconds.
Oh.
Now, if he goes solids, he's going to have.
So, any of you interested in the Calvin Richard Spry game?
To the 8-ball,
Richard
and
Spry is now
the 5 will
2
be a bit of a
sets
problem
to love
since
down.
the pocket is obstructed by the 9-ball.
This is the first leg of the third set, and Richard is in great position. He's on the 9-ball to win the first frame of the third set. But certainly Richard needs to show something here, because he's in danger of this game running away with him. And that game, the conference final, is only the best of 5. So Richard has no time whatsoever to come back. That was a really important frame that he's just won, so he's given himself a chance. And I have told him, as his nominated driver home, I have told him I'm not going to give him a lift home unless he wins. So he needs to win. He needs to win the next 3 sets in order to get a lift home. And the same for Luke Blackburn as well. So if you are listening, I'm only bringing your husband back. I'm only bringing your husband back if he wins. And Adam's mum, who is here to watch as well, has said the same, is that Adam is not getting a lift home to Sheffield unless he wins. So, yes. It's all right, I'm giving everyone else a lift home, Adam. I'll give you a lift home as well. Don't worry about it.
Saf will be a bit disappointed he let that chance slip, as Dan had scratched and Saf had ball in hand. But this layout with the spots is no easy task for Dan to clear. It will take quite a bit of thinking and execution to solve his problems before he can think of clearing up.
Oh, that was a beautiful shot. He played that at such a beautiful pace. I don't think he could see the whole pocket.
No, he couldn't. He only had one side of the pocket to aim for, but executed that really well. Like I mentioned earlier, he has 2 problem balls on the table here. He has the 7 that's right next to the 8. He also has the 5 near the cushion. So how he approaches those 2 balls will be very interesting to see.
They're the shots that numpty players such as myself, we would just never even think about.
Good safety.
Like literally, I'm not going to pop that ball on purpose. It does not even cross our minds. You're like, oh, I can pop one. But that's a lovely shot from Saf, straight down. One of the things we discussed in your final was the effect of how early that you can put your pressure on your opponent just by clearing up, showing that you can clear up in one visit, and the psychological effect that has on your opponent and the pressure that puts in. The earlier that you can show them that you are capable of doing that, it puts pressure on every safety shot and every missed pot. That was beautiful cueing.
Good pot by Saf. And he's actually got a pretty decent angle to put the 10 into the bottom corner pocket while cannoning the 9 out and into a potable position. It's a difficult pot and a difficult positional shot. He's just missed the pot. But
I feel like
even
he
if
played that well.
But even if it had gone in, the 9 was still blocked into the pocket. And now Dan has a decent chance to go for the clearance. The 7 will still be a bit of a problem, but we'll see how he tackles that.
How early, when you're I won't call it break building, but how early are you trying to play the problem ball? Are you trying to do that early, or do you tend to try and leave it?
So especially in 8 ball, as soon as you break off, you have to analyze what pattern you're going to clear the balls in. So there's always a problem ball and a key ball. So a problem ball could be a ball caught up in a cluster, or it's just not portable to a pocket, and you try and attempt to get that out as early as possible. But when you're trying to get the problem ball out, you normally try to do it in a scenario where you have a backup shot. So suppose you did go into your problem ball and you got it out, but it's not portable in the very next shot, you still have an insurance ball to go for. So you would go for it as early as possible, but you would try to leave an insurance ball. And then there's the key ball. The key ball is the very last ball before the black. So soon after the break, you would have made your mind up on what you're going to leave as your key ball. Yeah. So you want to leave a key ball that allows you to get position or shape on the black as easy as possible. Yeah. And so then you rearrange the pattern to make that ball your last ball.
And that, everyone, is why Saurav is a very, very good pool player. Well, this is going to take a little bit of working out.
The 8 does pot into the corners. It's just a matter of potting the one. He's actually played safe here.
That might not be legal, mightn't it? Because I think, did you play the cushion first?
I went to play the ball. Might hit the cushion first.
So they get.
I went to play the ball first, but might hit the cushion first.
Cushion first, yeah.
Dan's actually admitted a foul on himself. Yeah. A very respectable thing to do. And that gives Saf ball in hand. Now Saf obviously up.
Were you surprised that Dan even took that shot on there? Because there was no attempt to pot that ball.
I was quite surprised with the way he played that shot. I'm not too sure what he was trying to do there.
Because I think there was still the plant, wasn't there? There was a plant down the rail. Even if he played that shot how he wanted it.
Saf played a snooker shot over there, wherein he's tried to screw directly off one ball into the other. A pool player would have potted the ball into the corner pocket and guided the cue ball around 2 cushions with outside English. But yeah, being a snooker player, he's taken the snooker approach there. Left a bit of a safety there.
Dan's got a pot here though, hasn't he? He's one good pot away. It's just going to be slightly awkward cueing, tight against that cushion. But he won't have much. He won't have much control over the positional play for the key ball.
Yes.
Which if he was in a slightly better position, he would probably be thinking about.
Oh, he's actually not gone for
That
the
was a
ball
clever
at all.
shot.
Yes, that was a clever shot
That
because
was a
now
clever
Saf has no choice but to make contact with the 9 and also hit a cushion with the ball. So
I mean, that actually could be a frame-winning shot. Because if he gets ball in hand here, you would think it's very unlikely he's going to be able to play this shot in any way where he's not going to free the black ball.
he's played the safety and he's actually played it quite well.
Yeah.
Now Dan has a difficult pot on the 7 to the top corner pocket, but another shot I see is that Dan could come off the cushion to pot the 1 in the corner and swing the cue ball around the angles to land on the 7. So it will be interesting to see what he goes for.
That's got to be a safer shot, hasn't it? If he plays the 7 ball, is there a danger that he's going to? He could get snookered behind the 9 ball if he played that way. Is that possible? So
I think he should be safe because even if he does get snookered, he would still be able to pot the 1 off the cushion. But yeah, I think he's going for the shot that I call, which is trying to pot the 1 off the cushion right here.
it's a great shot. It's
Well
a great
done
shot.
there. And he's overrun position a little bit. But yeah, he's recovered that nicely and got perfect position on the 8. And to no surprise,
Well, that was a bit of class there. I think he played that really smart safety shot.
Yeah, it was
which
genuinely.
a lot of people wouldn't have seen. The one in the frame. Fantastic pull. Oh, not from me. Plenty for him. Plenty of bills and wins. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm here for the bands.
We have a guest appearance on the grave from Richie Bernard.
Oh yeah.
Marvellous.
Was he a keen pool player?
I think he might have been. I think he might have had the odd rack.
What score is it, Luke? Please. 2-1. What score was that last set? 3-0. So Adam is back in the game. I mean, that is the game. Luke and Adam, this could be very, very tight. I feel like we've got a seven set thriller ahead. I was just checking it was at best of 7. How are you feeling, Luke? How are you feeling about the game? You must have played really well. You've won 2 sets on the bounce.
My hobbies.
Well, you keep at it. You keep at it. It's not looking good for Richard Spry on table 8. He's currently 2 frames to love in the 4th set after winning the 3rd. So he got it back to 2-1. But Calvin is only 1 leg away, one frame away from victory in the conference. So Richard needs to pull something out the bag. Hello, Jack. Could you just give me a score update, please?
2-0 in sets to me.
Well done.
And then I think he's winning 1-0 or 2-0.
Okay, we're not quite sure. The players aren't even sure. I don't want to interrupt him. He's like, yeah.
I think they're up to the roof for it.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot on the toe. Yeah, yeah.
So they're hearing two conversations. You, Sarah over there, and you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. Sarah and I, we don't like speaking directly to each other too often. We like having a simultaneous conversation over each other, like all great commentary duos. And a totally beautiful shot. You won the third set. So this is yeah. And it's 2-0. 2-1. Okay. Yeah. Stick at it. It's a lot going on, isn't there?
There is a lot going on.
I can't keep track.
It's quite chaotic.
Some are live streamed, some are on their own private streams. Absolutely ridiculous.
So they're back
this
to-
is a better height for me, I feel. I'm happier sat down here than I was.
Or your height.
Yeah, it feels as if this is. Yeah,
Well, how does that work out? You're like 19 feet tall, and that's a foot and a half.
yeah. I don't. Yeah, short body though. I do have a short body. So.
Saf with a great chance to clear the table here. No balls blocked. As long as he maintains decent control of the cue ball, I can definitely see him taking this out. And he's controlled that cue ball beautifully on that to get on the 6 ball.
I've seen there's been a couple of scratches. There has not been many misses on this table. So and that will be why they're finalists.
On the cue
However,
ball, he is a little bit short than he would have liked, but from his body language, looks like he is on the ball comfortably and played the positional shot really well.
Played that really well.
A very interesting game is 9 ball in comparison with 8 ball, because you could pot 8 balls and miss the 9 or not get position on the 9. Your opponent could pot just the 9 and win the frame. So you could go an entire set where you pot 24 balls and your opponent pots 3 and you lose 3-0.
And it's funny, I can give you an example. I remember a game I played last season against Saurav himself, and he kept on telling me how lucky I was because I kept on potting the 9 ball. But it wasn't my fault that he'd missed the key ball, was it? It wasn't my fault. You know, I just mopped him up. I will say that, as always, Saurav went on and won the game.
Good, excellent break by Dan. He's pocketed the one in the middle, and he's got it is a very difficult shot, but there is a chance that he could play the 2 into the 9. He could go about this 2 ways. He could he's going for the plant. And
what a
he's
shot.
executed brilliantly. And as I was saying earlier, that was a plant, and that was a difficult plant, and you didn't even see Dan come stand behind the 2 to check the angle. He's such a natural potter that he just got down and played the shot, and he still managed to execute it beautifully. He's playing pool the way it's meant to be played.
There was no fear there, right? Because if that went wrong, he's leaving the 9 ball, he's leaving
Over
the
the
9
pocket.
ball over the pocket with easy access to the 2 ball. So he's leaving a much easier likelihood would be that he would lose the frame if he missed that.
Most
There would be a high chance of another much easier 2-9 for his opponent. So it shows great.
Only in 9 ball.
He can foul as many times as he wants.
Yes.
It's only a 9-ball free throw.
Richard Spry, he's still in the game. He's just potted the 9 ball, so that's now 2-2. He's 2-1 down. It's 2-2 in the 4th set. So he is showing he was 2-0 down. So if he could get this final frame in this 4th set, I'd actually put him as favourite just in terms of momentum to have come back from 2-0 down and get it back to that point. It's got to give you so much confidence. But this is a massive frame now.
Anywhere on the table.
It's amazing, isn't it? We're in the 2nd season, we're in finals day, and it's still very clear that none of the players know the rules on any of the tables.
Looks like Dan Smith has lined up to play a safety shot here. He's gonna brush off the 2 and try and possibly cannon the 7 and leave Saf hooked behind the 4 ball.
He didn't quite get that right, did he?
That's gone a bit wrong, and he has left Saf a pot at the 2 into the middle, but with the angle that Saf has on the 2, it will be a very difficult positional shot to get on the 3.
He played that. I felt as if he played that.
He rushed into a little bit.
Very quick pace. He also smashed it. He absolutely smashed that. I'm not sure that was. He's not played many poor shots, but I would say that wasn't his best.
Good positional shot by Dan. The key shot in this frame is going to be the 5 to 6 because the 6 is glued to the top cushion, whereas the 5 is on the other side of the table. So it's going to be a very difficult positional shot to not only play the positional shot from the 5 to the 6, but also leave yourself straight enough on the 6 to hold for the 7 in the next shot.
Oh, amazing.
What I'll do, when this shot finishes, I'll flash that with it.
Yeah, sweet.
He's got a good angle on the 5, but this is a difficult pot, and he needs to try and lead this as straight on the 6 as possible, but he also needs to make sure he isn't snookered or hooked behind the 7.
That's a brilliant
He's
shot.
played that really well, but he has got a lot of angle on the 6, which means he's not going to be able to hold for the 7 off this shot. So he's going to have to come up with something inventive here. I probably see him going all around the table to try and find position on the 7.
And into the conference final.
Oh, he's actually backing off the pot. He's going to play the stun and a safety shot.
Oh, he's potted
No
it.
way.
He's potted it. Richard Spry is on the black ball in 9 ball. This is a massive shot. His tournament is on the line. He needs to pot this. It's an unbelievable shot, but he's left himself low on the 9 ball. He's got a very, very tight. This could be his last shot. He's played the double. What a clearance. Richard Spry take it into the final set. Incredible. That was absolutely immense. It's a shame that wasn't on camera because that was very impressive from Spry.
Dan played the thin clip. Interestingly enough, Saf did.
Oh, amazing. Thank you.
Has he got? He has got second
So Richard
prize,
Spride
yeah.
takes it into the conference final. He is now taking it to the final set. And I have him down as final.
What a shock there. Dunn's missed the 7-ball entirely, which gives Saf ball in hand with just 3 balls remaining on the table, and
That is...
the 8 to 9 is not shots, but I back him to make these.
It's got a natural angle.
He has.
Any tournament you want to play?
I'm in full commentary mode, sorry.
Do you want to play the tournament or?
Well done, Saf.
There's a tournament. Do you want to play?
Sorry.
Do you want to play the tournament?
Yeah, why not?
Maybe it's got doubles.
Okay, cool.
Well done by Saf there after a surprising miss of the ball.
Just a
by
couple
Dan.
of... I felt as if it's the first time in that frame for both players there was a couple of poor shots. We haven't really seen that, but I felt as if there was just a couple. Again, Dan's body language is very consistent. He's still... Sometimes you can tell, can't you, when a player's broken? Like, you're like, oh, this player, do they really believe that they can beat me? He still looks very steady. Dan doesn't try to overhit. He always gets a lovely connection, doesn't he, on his breaks, but he doesn't overhit his break.
The only criticism that I have for Dan Smith really is that his break is quite weak in comparison with the rest of his game. He does not get as much power in as he should be on the break, but I'm sure that give him a couple of months and he will be breaking. His break should catch up.
Perhaps he needs to get himself a new cue.
From Q&K. Yes, Q&Ks have recently expanded their range of break cues. So if you are looking for a break cue or a multi-purpose cue that you can play both break shots and jump shots with, look no further than Q&Ks.
And I will say I bought a cue from Q&K and I got a free bag of Haribo with mine, and I really enjoyed those. That was fantastic. Oh, that's a lovely addition that you've made there with the score in the top corner for the fans. That is fantastic.
Yeah, but they're playing a match, so just hold on until he's done with the shot cue.
That's it. Saurav has banned the staff. Has banned the staff from the pool floor because we played a tournament. It's all right. It's not as if you would have been on camera if you'd fallen over.
I take it you don't need anything from me, do you?
No, you're fine. You go and play. You go and play some pool.
This is the key shot in this frame. If he gets shape on the 5, he hasn't. He's hooked himself completely behind the 9. So once again, he's not only got to make contact with this 5, he's got to make sure that he gets it safe. Because if he doesn't, they're all there for the taking.
He never rushes, does he? He's stayed at the same pace throughout the whole game, regardless of whether he's clearing off, whether he's under pressure or he's not under pressure. He's been the same throughout the whole game.
He's made contact and he has gotten it safe, but he has left Saf a chance at a potential double here, and looks like Saf is going for it. Now,
So, wait back to this one.
Again, there was not. It's very instinctive play, isn't it? Because they're not taking into effect that the fact was that was very likely that could have been left over the middle pocket, and actually, certainly now Dan's potted that. It's likely he's going to lose a frame. You're over that ball knowing that this is a tough shot I'm taking on, and if I get it wrong, you can pretty much guarantee I'm going to lose a frame.
And that was an interesting shot choice from Saf there, because he did have a clear-cut chance to play a safety there, but he chose the attacking route. And as I mentioned earlier, both these players very attacking, so you're going to see them go for more pots than turn them down.
I would say, if we went back to a couple of the other frames that we watched, there's been a couple of times there where Dan actually has surprised us and has played really smart, killer safety shots at smart times. And in these finals, it could be those single decisions which actually make the difference under pressure. Actually, maybe I'm going to play a killer safety shot and put the pressure on my opponent rather than take a more aggressive option.
100%, and that's why in pools sometimes defense is the strongest form of offense, because a good defensive shot can gain you ball in hand, and what better way to clear the table than with ball in hand. Saf's missed that ball entirely, given Dan ball in hand, and yeah, Dan's safety has just paid dividends. Saf has said that missed shot from him could be down to the cue that he's acquired from Temu recently. He's blamed the Chinese suppliers for his bad shot there.
Fantastic. So that's 2-2. This is very competitive. Having watched, I feel as if I just feel that Dan's temperament is going to win him this game. So I've got him now, having watched, I feel as if he's the favourite. I think he's playing smart safety shots at smart times, which is giving him the advantage. So, and I just think his temperament is such a bonus. He's got such a good temperament.
Yes, he has got a great temperament, and it's actually really important that in this match, Saf tries to win the 9-ball set for sure, because we do have to bear in mind that Dan is a county level 8-ball player.
Yeah.
So 8-ball patterns appear naturally to him, whereas they wouldn't to Saf. And so Dan's definitely got a clear-cut advantage when it comes to 8-ball.
Yeah.
So Saf just needs to try his best to ensure that he gets the edge in 9-ball.
Is it fair to say that 9-ball is a little bit more? Is a little bit more of a lottery because of the reasons that you said earlier, where actually you can easily put 8 balls, miss one key ball, and you've left it over the pocket for your opponent just to finish off without having done any work.
100%. In 9-ball, the 8-ball is the key ball, and you every single time you need to make sure you leave yourself a perfect angle on the 8 to get on the 9, and even if you clear from 1 to 7, you leave yourself a bad angle on the 8. That puts a lot of unnecessary pressure on you, and could just hand the game to your opponent.
Richard Spry now is one set up in the one frame up in the final and deciding set of the conference. He, just to remind you, he was 2-0 down. He's just played an absolutely belting reverse double, and he's got to be a big favourite now. This would be an amazing comeback. 2-0 down, and then to win possibly 3-2 in a final, that's a serious effort. And he looks very calm at the table. Maybe he will get left home.
On the main table here, this is undoubtedly the most important frame of the match so far. It's 1-1 in sets and 2-2 in frames in the third set. And like I mentioned, Dan has a massive advantage having an 8-ball background. So if for some reason Saf is not able to win this frame, that could turn the game on its head.
How transferable between the cue sports? So Saf's obviously got a history in snooker. How transferable are the skill sets that you pick up playing snooker, and how are they? What are the advantages that transition are, and what are the disadvantages when you come into a pool environment?
So snooker is obviously the purest cue sport there is, and in snooker you can't get away with having an insufficient technique or a little bit of a skewed technique. Whereas in pool, there's a lot more room for error with your technique. So someone with a snooker background would be a better cueist than an English 8-ball player. But especially when it comes to 8-ball, an English 8-ball player would be very used to the patterns and would know what order to go about the clearance in much better than a snooker player would. So both games bring their own unique advantages, even when playing 9-ball. And yeah, it's just a matter of who manages to hold their nerve in the end.
Richard Sprite has now gone 2-0 up in the final set. He's somehow managed to claw it back. Is it 2 sets all?
I'm 2-1 down. 2-1 down, I'm 2-0 up in the...
Okay. I thought you were in the final set. Okay. So just a score correction there.
Surprising miss
Richard
from
is
Saf there. He's missed that by quite a margin.
2-0 up Richard Sprite in the fourth set.
Dan Smith in with... Let's wait and see.
Does that bring its own pressure when you actually look at it as a highly skilled cueist table and you think, I know I should clear up?
Yes. So, believe it or not, it's actually a lot tougher to clear up when all the balls are in the open, because then you think, oh, there's no way I'm missing this clearance, but then suddenly the pressure's on you, you play one bad positional shot, and then you've lost the clearance. Whereas when it's not a clear-cut chance to finish the frame, you're not... Well played, Dan. But yeah, when it's not a clear-cut chance to finish the frame, you don't see the victory line in the distance, and so then you're just going about it one ball at a time.
You're in the moment.
Yes, and so then you're just playing one ball at a time, and you don't get ahead of yourself, and then you might actually end up clearing up. So yeah, very interesting that, but it is sometimes easier to clear up when you do have a problem ball.
And that, everyone, is what really I love about sport, the psychology of it. It's not always as obvious as you think. The pressure switches, the levels of expectation. Are you the favourite going into the game? Are you going into a game not expecting to win, which means that you play with freedom, that you feel a little bit more relaxed, you've got nothing to lose. Whereas when you are a big favourite, actually, oh geez, you can be a bit tighter, that can affect your performance. And then you see it in every single sport, the ebbs and flows as somebody goes miles ahead. But if somebody shows a little bit of fight, you start thinking, oh, surely I couldn't lose it from here. And all the pressure translates. And every time that there's that transition, it can affect a player's performance. And generally the margins are so tight, a 5% drop in one player's performance and a 5% lift in somebody else can be the difference between winning and losing.
So Dan's won the third set, he's 2-1 up in sets, and now we're back on his home turf, which is 8-ball. So quite an uphill battle for Saf from here, but remember, he's a very good curist. He's made a few century breaks in snooker, so I definitely wouldn't count him out just yet.
Saf played that at such a beautiful pace, really controlled.
He's overdone position on the 2 ball.
Scores it.
2-1 down. 2-1 down.
Just feel your game. I don't care what score it is, I know that this game is going to go to the last set. I know it. It's going to be really tense and exciting.
What an excellent point by Saf.
You're going to be going
I did
home.
not see him taking that ball on, but
this morning.
now he's got a great chance to put this frame away. And
Adam's mum's
wow, I
got
really
to
didn't
look
see
after
that
the
coming.
dog, so actually if this game is not finished by 10 o'clock, then actually the game's over. The game is over. Luke, you just need to drag it out.
Saf has got quite a tricky black into the middle. The pressure's really on here.
I couldn't find him on Strava.
Say that again.
I couldn't find him on Strava.
Not on Strava, mate. Not on
Why'd you
Strava.
bother running?
I don't want to.
It's not for the cougar.
Interestingly,
I
he's
don't
going
know
for the
why I
double
run
into the
it.
middle instead of the cut into the middle.
Oh, you hate.
Or has he changed his mind here?
You hate running.
Remember, it is 8 ball. He does need to nominate a pocket here, so it will be interesting to see what he goes for here. Lining up for the cut once again. These are not easy shots, especially when you're under pressure, but oh, he's changed his mind again. He's gone back to the double or the bank into the middle.
Easy. That was not an easy one. I had to make that angle. It wasn't a natural angle, was it?
But the problem is, especially when you're a snooker player coming into pool, the speed at which you play a double changes the angle which the ball takes. So if you hit the ball hard, it's going to go shorter than you expect. If you played at medium pace, it's going to go exactly than you expect. And if you played slow, it's going to go wider than you expect. And Saf played that a little bit too slow for the angle that he had. Dan with a clear-cut chance to take this frame out. Can't see him missing from here.
Just eats away at you, isn't it? If you have a couple of those frames where you've missed a pot, your opponent's cleared up. It just happens in the blink of an eye, and that's when you find out about players in the aftermath of that. How do they react? Because up until this point, this game has been so even and so competitive. But you just feel as Dan takes this, just all the momentum is shifting in his direction, and is Saf going to be able to hang in there for long enough to get the opportunity to then swing it back his way. And I'm always interested in whether it affects your decision making, or whether are you behind on the game and you suddenly start there. Do you suddenly start being more defensive? Do you start being more aggressive? Does your speed of play change? Do you start slowing up? Do you start speeding up? Obviously, sometimes you're playing badly. You can do that on purpose because you're trying to improve your performance. But if you're doing it in reaction, you're playing well, and suddenly you're taking longer over shots, I think that gives confidence to the opponent because they sense it.
So in cue sports, the two main signs to look out to see if your opponent is under pressure is whether they're taking more time than they normally would on a shot, and two is if you're under pressure, you normally tend to hit the ball a lot harder than you normally would. A good split on the break from Saf there, but unfortunately it's gone dry. And the table looks quite inviting here for Dan to go for a clearance on the stripes.
How important, in fact, if we spoke about 8 ball and 9 ball, how important is it when you are breaking to pot, to be at the table first after the break, to pot a ball after the break? How important is it to have the first opportunity?
The most important shot in pool is the break. If you've mastered the break and if you've reached a level where you can consistently make a ball off the break, but also manage to hold the cue ball in the middle of the table, then you've got the biggest advantage you can have in pool. So it's not just a matter of potting the ball, but it's also learning to control the cue ball off the break and holding it in the middle of the table.
And are there different methods to do that?
There certainly is. So there's mainly two different types of breaks. So you can either hit the ball full on, so you can hit the front ball full in the face, full ball, or you can play a cut break. So hitting the ball full in the face is a more consistent way of breaking, because in 9 ball, if you hit it full in the face and you have a good break, you're almost guaranteed to make the 1 ball in the middle every single time. Whereas if you make a cut break, the balls will split a lot better than they would if you hit it full on, but you are relying on quite a bit of luck to make a ball there. The same applies to 8 ball. Normally you hit the break head on right from the center of the table. You don't break from an angle like you do in 9 ball, but then you could also play a cut break wherein you hit the second ball instead of the first ball and then just send the balls all over the table.
And what would your expectation if we were to take this standard? So I'm not talking about professional standard, the standard that people will be watching on Sky Sports, but what they're watching today on YouTube. What would your expectation be if a player was consistent at this standard, one of the top players, so Dan, Saf, yourself? What is your expectation if you have potted a ball off the break and you've held the cue ball in the middle of the table? Are you expecting to clear up from that position, or are you actually expecting I'm going to be able to I'm at the very least going to be able to leave the table on my own terms, leaving my opposition in a weak position?
100%. A pool player after a break, the first instinct will always be to try and clear the table in that very turn. So that's what makes the break all the more important, and there's no better way to win a frame of pool than a break and run or a break day. But like I said, if you break off and the balls go everywhere and then you see a clear path to clearing the table, that's when the pressure's really on, because the victory line's in sight, and then before you know it, your heart's pounding, your hands are trembling, and you've run out of position.
Yeah. And also there is that pressure of the desire to be able to do that. Everyone knows that. Actually, it's a real achievement. It's a real ego boost to say, oh yeah, I've just got a dish, I've just cleared up from the break. And you naturally want that, don't you? You naturally want that when you're at the table. You think, oh, this is a genuine opportunity, and that brings pressure, its own kind of pressure.
What a fabulous break from Dan Smith there. So he's done there exactly what I was describing just a few seconds ago. He's broken off, the balls have gone everywhere, and he's got a clear path to clearing up this table. So this is when the pressure's on. The only real problem I see here is actually the black ball, because I can see that the orange ball in front of it is blocking it to the top corner pocket. He's opted to go for spots here, and like I was saying earlier, you always try and get rid of your problem ball as soon as possible. And here we see it, Dan Smith is getting his problem ball out of the way in just the second shot. And that's out of the way, all the balls are in the open. Now it's just a matter of holding your nerves and potting all the balls.
It was very clear as well from that first pot after the break, and even you can see it now, is that what you spoke about earlier is that when you feel that your opponent is tense and that feeling that actually you start hitting it harder than you normally would, well, there is no sign of that here. Danny's just rolling these balls in with great confidence.
The only real question mark in this frame now is where the 2 ball is situated. So he's definitely not going to leave this 2 ball for his last ball. So he's going to try and play position on the 2 over here. He's going to play the 7 into the bottom corner, and he's going to play top spin to get shape on the 2. And he's going to use the 4 ball as his key ball to get onto the black. Oh, he's actually using the 2 ball to get on the black here. I'm a bit surprised by that decision, but I mean, each player to their own.
Just needs a good angle, and he's left himself a good angle.
Nicely done by Dan. I think this has been the cleanest frame of the... Never looked in doubt to clear up. And there we go. Well played.
Bit of class there from Dan. That was just an air of inevitability. And Sarah, I've just called it as well about 5 minutes ago. Basically, that is how to play pool, everyone. Like, in theory by Sarah, I've heard telling you how to do it, and then Dan just illustrated it beautifully 5 minutes later. Fantastic. Just an update. So in the conference final, we've got Calvin versus Richard. Calvin went 2 sets to love up. Richard brought it back to 2-all, and now in the final set, Calvin is 2-0 up in the final set against Richard Spry. Can I have a lime and soda, please? Lime and soda, yeah, thank you.
Lime cordial.
Lime cordial, thank you. So Richard Spry needs to show his resilience again. He's done unbelievably well to get back to 2 sets all, but he needs to win 3 frames on the bounce now. Just to remind you that in the conference it is a best of 5, whereas in the Champions League and the UEFA it's the best of 7. We're just having a little bit of a break on the main table, and we're moving over to, I'll just give you a quick update on the Luke Blackburn, who are also having a break. What score are we on over here?
I think it's 3-1 to Luke.
3-1 to Luke. I'm telling you, it'll go to. I promise you, it's going to go to the final. Well, I mean, you were responsible for his loss last time, so I did like. So you know, you're only going to watch online, so you had to come today, because if you watched online and he lost again, like.
I always watch it online. I just don't comment anymore.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
I felt terrible. Oh my God, I'm going to
He
put
was
him off, and
kind
he's
of
not
bad. No, he's not bothered at all. He's fine. And the conference final is over. Richard Spry has lost 3-0 in the final set. So congratulations to Calvin, who is a conference winner. Calvin, congratulations, sir. Very well done. Well done. Tim. Tim. By the way, you're live on YouTube right now. So Calvin, congratulations on your conference victory. You are the first major champion of this year. How does it feel?
I'm ecstatic, actually. I feel great. Yeah, I think Rich played a really good match. I think when I'm up 2 sets to 0, you think, okay, I could try to make some cute shots here. You know, we're having fun. Rich punished me for all of those. So I think going all the way, I think is deserving of this league. I think we're both great players. Rich is a great player. I'm glad to come out on top. Really enjoyed myself.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
The first of many.
Thank you very much.
Hard luck, Richard. Well played.
Thank you.
Great comeback.
Thank you.
Hard luck.
I enjoyed it.
Where did it all go wrong?
Oh, well, probably too many places really. I think I let myself too much do. But when I say I was motoring when I was 2-2 there and probably margin favourite, but then 9 ball I always feel like for me it's more a bit of a lottery because I'm just not good enough to clear in one visit. Apart from the first frame, which I did.
You're a finalist. You are good enough.
True, but thoroughly enjoyed it. Calvin was definitely a better player, so deserved result. And yes, enjoyed it. Good fun. And
Fantastic
I
game.
enjoyed cheering on the rest
And
of the players.
I'm sorry, because you lost, you can't have a lift home.
Oh, I
I'm
know.
sorry. I'm joking. So over to 9 ball. There's been very few shots like that in this game where that was just a genuine missed pot, and he actually missed that by quite some way. Those shots, we would be used to them in most of the group stages, no disrespect to any of the other players in the league. However, it has definitely been a rarity in this game. There's been very few pots which you would expect to be made, which have been missed. The standard has been very, very high, very consistent. Luke is 3-1 up, and then this screen is doing weird. And Dan is 3 sets to 1 up. It's a great double. He did actually play that. He played that at a much slower pace, didn't he, than the one that Saf missed in the last frame. I fear for Saf here. I feel as if the momentum has completely changed. Dan just looks like he's just gonna, any opportunity is just gonna clear up. And Saf must know that. He sat there knowing that, oh geez, I can't leave him in the balls. He doesn't look under any pressure, does he, at all?
No, he doesn't. He looks very calm and composed. Just one good positional shot here to ensure the clearance.
So he's got to go up and down the table here.
Played that very well. Good pace in the cue ball. Well played, Dan.
He looks so confident now. It looks like any time he's got an opportunity to clear up, you just expect him to clear up. There's just that air of inevitability every time he goes to the table. and it's palpable here at Northern Snooker. So what do you do? Put yourself into Saf's shoes right now. Your opponent's clearly on a street, playing really well, looks really composed. What do you want to see from Saf here in response to what has actually happened in the last half an hour?
So, what a lot of players tend to do when they're under pressure is they go into their shell a little bit and they start getting a little bit defensive. They stop taking on shots that they normally would because they think that if they miss it, they leave the ball on. But yeah, you actually need to go against what you're feeling then. And when you're under pressure, you just need to try and attack as much as possible and be as offensive and try and create your chances rather than try and wait for them. So if I was Saf right here, I would be trying to go for as many shots as possible.
So taking the positive option is important here, even though, because actually what he does need, he does need a momentum shift, and he needs to make sure that Dan knows, if you leave me a chance, I'm also going to clear it.
Yes.
Because you need to make sure that as much as you need to lift your own performance, you need to also hope your opponent is going to hit a dip.
Dan's gone in off there, but
well, this will tell us a lot, won't it, about how Saf's feeling. Like, there's a lot to do, but it's an opportunity. It's the clearest opportunity he's had for quite some time.
The most important shot in this frame could be this shot right here. If he gets on the 2, which he has, just not left himself the easiest spots or the perfect angle. So yeah, that was a really important positional shot there from the 1 to the 2, and he didn't put himself in a good position there, and unfortunately he's ended up leaving Dan another chance. Ooh, what is that I see there? Is that a piece of chalk that I see on the table? Dan's accidentally left the chalk on the table.
One thing I did pick up on there with Saf was actually the game is not going in his direction, but to be fair to him, he got an unwanted kiss on his positional shot. No reaction. Absolutely just got down, played his shot, okay, he's missed it, but again, showing really good temperament. I've seen so many players, including myself, where you're in that position and you feel as if the whole world is against you, and you outwardly show it, which gives your opponent such an unnecessary lift, of which you are absolutely in control of. That's the one element that you can actually control, is how you react to a situation.
That was a brilliant safety shot by Dan. That's probably going to win him the frame right there. It was very difficult to make contact with the 3, but not only did he have to make contact with the 3, he had to make contact with the 3 and also hit a cushion afterwards. And unfortunately, he didn't get very close to that. And he's gifted Dan another chance to clear up the frame here.
I feel as if Dan was to go on and win this game, for me, I would say that is a very telling sign between the two players of the moments that Dan has played killer safety shots, absolutely, because every time he's done it, he's ended up leaving himself in a position where he's got a frame-winning opportunity straight after, whereas I've not seen evidence of Saf being able to put him under that sort of pressure on the safety. Oh, Adam with a golden break.
There's actually a technical term in Q Sports for exactly what you just described there, Tim, and it's called shot selection. So shot selection is a mixture of a lot of different things. It's a mixture of what order to take the balls in, whether to play a pot or a safety shot, and also where to hit the cue ball and what pace to hit it at to land perfectly on the next ball. So shot selection is a combination of all of those factors. And tonight, Dan has simply just had the better shot selection out of the two.
But that calmness as well after that first set where Saf started like an absolute train, I think that's been the most impressive aspect of Dan's performance for me. So because nothing changed, absolutely nothing changed. His mannerisms didn't change. How he wanted to play, his speed of play, his decision making. He accepted he lost the set.
What a surprising positional shot from Dan. He's actually left himself in a position where I don't think he's going to try attempt this 8. He's going to play a safety shot, so he's going to try and put the white somewhere behind the 9 and leave the 8 on the opposite cushion.
I mean, even then, it shows great temper. He's played a poor shot, but how well has he reacted to it? It might not be a perfect thing, but he has got it safe. His mannerisms haven't changed. He's just played a poor shot and he's reacted so positively to it. He's not compounded the error.
But
what a shot!
That is from Saf.
Fantastic.
The problem is, this is a very difficult ball under pressure.
Oh,
Wow.
Fantastic.
And the cue ball's not gone
And
scratch.
there,
Wow.
Saf has shown some real class there, and he's shown exactly what you spoke about earlier. Is actually that was a really aggressive clearance. There was no doubt about it. Went straight down. I'm going for a double. You're in full knowledge. You're in full knowledge that if it doesn't go in, it's the end of the frame. And he got down, played 2 fantastic shots under pressure. And Dan now knows, doesn't he? He knows actually. It doesn't matter how well I'm playing, his opponent is not going to lie down.
And
Fantastic.
Saf, we just need more of that from Saf tonight. He's got to go for his shots. When your back's against the wall, you need to attack. There's only one strategy there really, and that's attack, attack, attack.
Why haven't I got the score of the Luke game on here? It's very annoying. I don't have the scores for this one. It's not on our screen. So I don't know. I have to ask. Luke, could you tell me the score of your game, UEFA final?
3-1.
To you.
Yes.
Well done.
Very close.
Fantastic. Very competitive game. 3-1 to Luke. 2-1 Adam in the 5th set. 2-0 up in the 5th set.
Golden break.
Golden break. Congratulations.
2-1.
That was a great shot from Luke. There is no doubt whatsoever in my mind that this is going to the 7th set. Well played, mate. Well done. Congratulations. Ricardo, you wanting to have a go on here? Do you want to have a go on here? You want to? I don't. Well, we've only got one mic, so I'll have to.
No.
Very good standard. I'm going to tell you that. The score is it's 3-1 in sets to Dan, and it's 1-all in the 5th. Yeah. Very good standard. Very good standard. Well, I spoke a few things about the amount of times that Saf has actually managed to put Dan under pressure with a good safety shot, and he's absolutely done it here. And Dan's having to take his time to try and work out the solution. Again, I've got to tell you that Saf looks very relaxed. He's just sat down in the far corner, looks very chilled. Oh, that was a smart shot. What a clever shot.
I've just
What a clever
got
shot. It was a foul. Fantastic commentary there.
I've just got word from our third place playoff that Jack Sutcliffe has beaten Anatoly Petrov with a scoreline of 4-0.
Wow, no one saw that coming through. So basically, Anatoly's new cue has not helped. That didn't come from you, did it?
It did not come from... That's probably why. Yeah,
that's
probably
why. And that's what happens, ladies and gentlemen. If you buy a new cue and you don't go to cue in case, then you will play in a final and you will lose 4-0. That is what happens. The choice, ladies and gentlemen, is yours. You can buy your cues wherever you want. But if you don't get them from cue in case, you've not got a chance. And you also won't get a free bag of Haribo. That's like...
So you would be getting a great cue, and you would also be supporting a local business. You're killing two birds with one stone there.
Of course. You will be supporting Saurav's pool and just all-round general cue sport addiction. I love to see this. Saf's really showing his class here because he's been really put under some pressure. Absolutely class. Absolutely fantastic because he's under pressure here and he's answering all the questions. And again, he's just sending a message to Dan and saying, "Well, it's all very well. You're a good, you showed me you're a good player, but I'm not going anywhere. If you give me a chance, I'm going to take it." I'm fine, thank you. There's only so many lime and sodas in.
You're right.
You don't need to buy me a drink just to get a plug in your a plug for your sheds. Don't worry, I'll get you. I've got your plug in already. I'll get you another one. Again, I mean, I would say Dan's temperament has not changed. His facial expressions haven't changed. He's just lost 2 frames on the bounce, and it's as if nothing has happened. And when he's won 2 frames on the bounce, it's as if nothing has happened.
And it's honestly been quite smooth sailing for Dan ever since Saf won the first set. But if Saf were to win this frame, that would be 3-2 in sets, and I wonder, could that put a bit of doubt in Dan Smith's mind?
Yeah. It's also, it does get to a point. It doesn't matter who you are. You're playing in a final. You're live on YouTube. There's actually a few of us really glued into watching this game. You want to win, and the closer you get to that finish line, it doesn't matter who you are, the harder it becomes. It is a big step to cross. And that would be the same for anyone, regardless of your ability. It's a big thing to win a tournament. Certainly for the first time, especially.
This could be quite a vital safety exchange here, because if one player were to pot the 1 and get on the 2, there is a chance that they could play the 2-9 combo and end the frame right then and there. It's not gone that way, but
that was a great pot. The thing is about Saf's shot there, he would have been about 2 inches away from that being an incredible safety shot, and with him being snookered in all sorts of problems. But that's the margin, and as it is now, the balls look well set. Dan's playing nicely, shown absolutely no signs of nerves so far. He's made very few mistakes. So now he's massive favourite. You know, we're sat here expecting him to clear up again. But again, Saf was centimetres away from playing a killer safety shot, and there'd be no need for him to beat himself up about losing this frame. That didn't go in properly.
That didn't go in cleanly, but an elementary 9 to send Dan. Interestingly, the score is 2-2, but this puts Dan on the hill. All he needs is one more frame to win the APL. And as we always say, the toughest frame to win is the frame that wins you the match. So the pressure is definitely going to be on for Dan here. And the question is, how well is he going to deal with it?
To be fair to Saf again, no change in mannerisms. He's given Dan absolutely nothing. He's given him absolutely. He's also, his temperament has been fantastic in this final. And I would say actually both of them will be able to come away from this game and say, I've played very close to my potential. There is both players have played very, very well. Well, Saf's got a chance here, hasn't he? He's got a chance of... He could take the thin cut on, but he could also take the opportunity to put him in a lot of trouble. And he's taken that option. And it's a very good shot, but again, he's a little bit, I'm going to say he's a little bit unlucky. He's 2 inches away from getting that behind the 8 ball, and Dan being in all sorts of strife.
Very good safety
and
shot.
A great escape.
There.
But Saf's going to play. He's going to play a similar shot, but just exchanging the. Not quite so good. I love it. Final frame. He's got KG. Oh. And that's an unbelievable shot. He played that at the perfect pace, but it was a pretty thin cut. And to play with that, he just stroked that in. There was complete trust in the table. It wasn't going to roll off.
And judging from this body language, he's nicely on the 2. And dare I say it, this is his first chance to put away the match. Everything's in the open here.
This is awkward. He's got to be careful of that 8 ball. He's got to be really careful. He's not going to nudge that 8 ball. That looks perilously tight. He's played it well. That was not easy.
Now, key shot here.
Made a lovely sound. That was lovely cueing. And that was
well
a
played
class shot.
From
that
Dan.
was a
now,
class
just
shot.
needs to make sure he does not leave himself straight on the 8. all he wants to do is leave himself any sort of angle so that he can maneuver the cue ball towards the 9. And he's got a perfect angle. 1 pot away.
Well, I really hope
from
it does
winning.
clear up, because this would be a really fitting finish to this final.
And I have to
The
say,
quality has been fantastic. Oh,
I have to say, in the history of the APL, this has easily got to be the strongest performance in a final so far.
sorry, Sarah, but yeah. Fantastic.
Well
Well
played,
played,
Dan.
Dan. Fantastic. Fantastic. That was a class game. That was a class game. Hard luck, Saf. You played so well. Well done. That was fantastic. You played really, really well. Dan, well played. That was a pleasure to watch. Fantastic. You played fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
More or less in the same ball. Yeah, I lost.
Well played, man.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that was an incredible standard. APL winners.
Yes, so
Well, you're going to have you're the previous winner, so you've got to present.
Green jacket.
Yeah, the green jacket. You've got to see the check, ladies and gentlemen. There's a massive check coming. Well, that was a joy to watch that game. Oh wow!
are we having the presentation right away?
I'm going to get a little. I'll get a little photo. Haven't you got to do this on a camera? Get it in front of the camera. It needs to be here so that you're still on YouTube, aren't you? Fantastic.
Thank you very much for having me as your co-commentator tonight, Tim. It was my first time in the commentary
Thank
box.
God somebody knows something about the sport. It was a joy.
Luke's 3 balls away here.
Luke is 3 balls away, so we're announcing the winner of the APL Champions League, whilst Luke Blackburn is on the verge of a victory that I can tell you, anyone that knows Luke, we are never ever going to hear the end of it if he clears up these next 3 balls. I don't think. Oh, this is where Luke is going to find it difficult. He's never won. This is where he's got a history of getting a little bit nervy. So this is by no means. If I was Adam's coach right now, all I'd be saying is you've got to hang in and make this really, really difficult for him.
And this is an absolute stinker that Luke is faced with right here.
I think you spoke about this earlier about the key ball. I think what a shot. What a shot.
pot
It's a shame
by
that the
Luke.
camera is not on it.
And
The camera is on it. But this is for the UEFA.
He
I've
does.
seen him miss these. I've seen him miss these under pressure. I've seen him miss these. But not this time! Fantastic! Luke Blackburn. What a performance. What a performance. Luke Blackburn. Adam's walking home because his mum won't drive him home now. But at least you'll get home in time for the dogs. Well played, Adam.
Take over to
Hard luck.
conclude, Rich.
Well done.
Thank you for having me in the commentary
Well
box.
done,
I'm going to
Luke.
pass it
Well
back to
done.
Rich
Fantastic.
Spry, who was the lead commentator last year, to conclude tonight's session.
Oh, it's Magnet. Oh, we're reunited for 5 minutes,
yeah,
aren't
that's
we?
right, yeah. We can do a conclusion.
All right, there we go. You're on. You're live.
Good evening, everyone.
Are we still on? Oh, we're still on.
Shall we get Luke Blackburn in?
Well done.
Are we? Where's Dan? Where's Dan the man? Where's the main man? Is it like the main man's gone? Luke, get over here. We'll have to do an interview with you, Luke. Come on, Luke.
Luke, come on down.
UEFA Cup champion. Congratulations, Luke. Is that your first major tournament win?
It is, mate. It is.
Talk us through it.
Good game. Got Adam on an off day, I would say. He would, yeah. Got Adam on an off day. Played all right. Close game. Enjoyed it.
I've got to say, Luke, I didn't see much of it, but I thought that last rack was fantastic.
That was probably the best clearance of the match.
You held yourself together under incredible pressure. How were you feeling when that white was hanging over the pocket?
Should have gone in off, shouldn't it?
But
bit lucky.
I wasn't backing you.
Well, no, it was a beautiful, it was a brilliant pot, and even on the 9, it was a smelly one. But I like the fact that you just went down confidently and didn't overthink it, and just thought you back yourself to say congratulations.
Has that been the major improvement in your game, Luke? That the fact it does appear that you have over the season you've become a faster player. Has that made a difference? Is that a fair reflection?
Think less and put more balls.
I love that. I love that. Well, you've proved it tonight. Congratulations, UEFA Cup winner.
Well.
You have no idea how bad it was.
So I'd say our 3 winners. Well, obviously we've got Jack in 3rd place. Congratulations to Calvin and to Luke and to Dan.
I think the margin of the margin of victory between Jack and Anatoly was very surprising tonight. But Jack, Saurav said it at the start, said he's probably the most improved player in the whole league, and he has proved it. And to be fair to him, he's put the hours in. I think you showed fantastic resilience to come back from 2-0 down to take to the final set. Clearly a good game, competitive game.
It was competitive. Yeah, it was competitive. No numbers at all with the score there. Enjoyed it.
And then UEFA, I was expecting this one between Luke and Adam. I thought that was going to be a 7-set. I thought it was going to get nervy towards the end. Yeah. Luke's done fantastically well to end that game as quickly as he did. He has not got a track record of doing that, but he's done it in a major final now. And I worry for most people who play Luke now, because that's going to give him such a surge of confidence. I expect him to start beating players next year much more comfortably, just because of the confidence he's going to get from that performance.
I like to think
final.
He'll be looking at playing with the Champions League players next year. I mean, I think he's good enough to be competing with the better players in the league.
Playing faster, he's going to be able to compete against better players, definitely. Adam is just a sleeping time bomb. Yeah. He's going to get over that line at some stage, and he's going to be exactly the same, I think. As soon as he wins a tournament and he wins a final, he is going to be a different player, and he's going to start beating some of the top players. No one wants to play Adam now anyway, but in a final, I think he might be the player that actually wouldn't mind playing, because he hasn't got a track record of winning. But I have to say that without a shadow of a doubt, of all the players that I have watched in this league, Dan is far and away, that final showed he is a different level.
He looks
to
absolute
everybody else.
granite, like just. I think I watched one of his games early on a stream. I just think, wow, this guy looks like absolute solid and just makes good decisions all the time.
On the very few, it's very telling on the very few times that he actually made that you felt as if he played a poor shot, and there were very few and far between. But he never compounded the error. Yeah. He never played 2 bad shots on the trot. He accepted it, and he either played a superb safety shot, or he played a good pot and positional shot to get him back into play. But his mannerisms, even after he lost the first set and Saf started like an absolute train, and we were like, oh wow, Saf could actually win this. Dan's mannerisms did not change. He was fantastic, and he is back. If he plays again next season, he is, unless somebody else enters the league that has got his calibre, he is without a shadow of a doubt the best player, and he is a very worthy winner.
Well, that was going to be my next question. So this is the 5th season of the APL, and we've had 5 different winners. Do you think Dan could be the first player to?
I think if he wants it, but I think it's also clear he's obviously got experience in playing county level pool anyway. Yeah. If he's going to continue playing at this level, I think he's got the ability to absolutely dominate it, and it will be down to some of the other fantastic players in this Saurav, Saf, Andrew Welsh. There are others as well, but they are definitely going to have to lift their game to the next level. He just made so few errors in a key game, and even when he didn't have the run of the balls, he just stayed the same. It was absolutely fantastic to watch.
Does that mean that Dan is going to enter is it the UK Open?
I've no idea. Where is he? Where's his interview?
Where's Liam? Yeah, so we're going to do with
But he was definitely a very he was clearly the best player and a really worthy winner. But hopefully he will also lift the league. He will lift the league now if he stays, because everyone else is going to have to lift their game in order to. Unless, of course, if his standards drop, then all of these players are good enough to beat him. But his standards are going to drop, and he's shown me no signs that he would do that. Let's call the champion over. Dan, come and have an interview. They don't want to. They've heard enough of my voice.
Congratulations.
Let's get your mics
up. Good man.
Thank you.
Get your mics up. Yeah, don't drop in this drink. Oh, wrong. There we go.
Good man, mate.
Dan, what a fantastic performance! Congratulations.
Thank you.
Talk me through the game through your eyes.
Well, a terrible start. I didn't feel like I queued very well at all. Especially the first 2 sets. I didn't feel good through the whole thing, to be honest with you. I wasn't hitting the ball as I've been hitting it, recently. Just grinded through it, and just played through it and hoped that I got the sets.
So perhaps you could give us a guide of, if you didn't feel that great in that performance. I mean, I would say that Sarah and I would have maybe a different view of what we saw, but how far off do you think you were off your best from tonight?
It's not that I played too bad, especially in the last sets. It's that when I was hitting the ball, especially with screwing the ball, or I just wasn't hitting it sweet. And I could feel that I wasn't hitting it sweet, but I was still making the balls, And I was just trying to get through it, It's hard, it's a final, and I don't really care I do care how I play, obviously, because people are watching, but as long as I win, that's the main thing. So I was kind of playing with my head a little bit more than going for shots, I was putting him in a lot of snookers and putting him in a bit of trouble, and I think that was the difference,
That was definitely we spoke about that on the commentary. We thought that was a difference between 2 players. You actually repeat. I reckon there was 3 or 4 frames that you won after playing a killer safety shot, putting Saf into a lot of trouble, getting ball in hand, and then actually being good enough to clear. Clear up.
There were pots on. There were many times when there was a pot on, and it was possible to get decent position. But it was risky, and I didn't want to take risks. When I wasn't playing my best, I didn't want to give him easy frames. I just wanted to make it as hard as possible for him, and take my chances when they came.
And your body language, your mentality did not change throughout the whole thing. So even in the first frame, where you just said that you felt a little bit frustrated, and Saf played really well in that first set, but your mannerisms did not change from the first set and until the final set where you actually won. Is that a strength that you've always had, or something you developed?
Yeah, massive strength. You can't play your best the whole time. If you're playing bad, you need to not show it, because if you show it to your opponent, they're just going to dive all over you. So I don't show it in any situation, really, whether it's a friendly game or a money match. I just won't show emotions too much, and I might be feeling inside a bit shaky and a bit. But I just try and talk to myself, just come on and next shot, next frame, just grind it, and that's what I did today.
Fantastic. And what are your aspirations going forward? So you play county level.
I used to play county
level. So what are your? Do you have goals and aspirations in the sport? Is this your level? Have you got aspirations to play at a higher level?
I definitely want to go to the more amateurs, pro-ams, and the professional events, just to because I enjoy this game. It's good fun, But I do want to go to like UK 8 ball, or I did actually, before the ticket was going for the UK 8 ball, I actually searched it a few months ago to see if there was entries, and I'm pretty sure it was full. So I was actually looking into going to something like that. You know, so yeah, I'll be definitely going to. I mean, not that I'm going to compete, but just to play. You know,
what an amazing experience! Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Well, Dan, congratulations. That was an absolute joy to watch you play.
Thank you.
And, are you playing in the next season?
Yeah, 100%.
You're fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, I can't top this season. I think.
You definitely can.
I haven't lost a game. I don't think all season.
Well,
I've won every comp I've entered. So
there are. I just said to Richard, I just think there were a lot of very good players in this league, but I think definitely you're going to help lift the other players because they're going to have to improve in order. You know, if you play consistently like that, then a lot of the players are going to struggle to compete against you. They're going to have to lift the game, so you're going to be a great benefit to the league.
You only get
You're so welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
And congratulations. How are you going to spend your 325 quid?
I'll ask my missus and.
I'll just hand the check over to your missus. Congratulations. Well done.
Thanks. Cheers.
And I think that concludes tonight's thing. So anyway, thanks for listening. Hope you're not too bored.
Just a clip off.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's not Well done, Jack. You're absolutely smashed. Absolutely brutal. Can I give you these before? I think I've concluded the. We did a full interview afterwards.
Yeah, sweet as. I could hear it.
Oh, you could.
I could still.
That's amazing. I felt as if my best work was actually the interviews. I feel as if that's
I can still hear you.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No. It's just, I know. I mean, because of the lag.
Sweet. I'm still going.
Very far, bro.